afternoon, this is Cami Mather for BBC Kent. I'm here at Mackay's printing factory in Chatham with the new management team who took over the company just a month ago, and amidst rumours of going from bankruptcy to mismanagement of computer data, we've had a serious incident yesterday which has led to an employee finishing up in hospital after an incident on the printing floor. What can you tell us about this incident?
First of all, I want to mention that we, as managers, sincerely regret the severe working accident that we had yesterday at our production site. As you mentioned, our colleague has lost his arm, and we are in contact with the family, and we give them our full support.
How did the incident happen exactly? Your employee?
Yeah, I cannot give details. We keep it at the company level.
Do you know the employee's name?
Yes, it's Robin. So we are keeping in touch with his family and giving them full support.
And what exactly happened on the printing floor?
Well, it was an accident. He was working on a machine, but I cannot give more details on it because we're investigating.
Well, the kind of machinery that you have here is presumably heavy printing machinery.
Heavy printing, of course.
Yes. Do these accidents happen frequently? How can it be allowed to happen?
No, it's not
loses an arm on your printing floor.
And we want to make sure that safety.
We need to know some more. If you can give us some more information.
The safety issue is crucial for us. We want our workers to have safety on their minds every time they work on a machine.
We all want your employees to have safety, and we all hope they don't lose arms, but we want to know what you're doing about this, because we want to know how it happened, we want to know what you're doing to stop it from happening in the future.
Okay, for more details I will hand over to Anna to answer the questions, because she's investigating and putting the actions on it.
Okay. The accident, as you mentioned, happened yesterday. We are looking into, we are investigating the reasons for whatever happened yesterday.
Do you not know what happened?
We know to some extent what has happened. We will be taking action as required.
What action are you going to be taking?
We are going to work more on the safety and regulations that are required in a factory like this.
Do you understand and know the safety regulations that are in place already and what's wrong with them? Are you in control of this situation?
Of course, we are in control. We are going to have trainings, regular trainings for our employees, so they remember what the regulations are, what the safety standards are, because they have to be followed.
When was the last time that your employees had training?
As you know, that we have taken over the company in this last month.
And there's not been any training since you've been in place?
Not yet, no.
If you don't mind me,
this is not one of your primary concerns, the safety of your employees?
If you don't mind me answering that question, I think you should look at it as an isolated incident. We have rules in place. We've come to know that some of the rules were violated. We'd rather not talk about it on air. We'd rather do our internal investigation before we come on air, because it could just, one thing could lead to another, and we don't want to deal with that right now. The employee is in hospital, and that's what's important. The employee is being taken care of, his family is being taken care of, and that's what's important at this point in time. As far as the other employees are concerned, we have had sessions within the company where we have spoken to them about the incident and what we're doing about it. So I think that those things are under control right now, and I think it is really unfair to start talking too much about what's going on.
Well, if we don't talk about that, there's a lot of other things that we could be talking about, because your employees are accusing you of being a team of young, jumped-up graduates who don't have experience in running this kind of company. You've come from the outside. Mackay's has been in Chatham for many, many years, and it seems that you're not really communicating with your employees.
I'm sure the town wants to know as to what are the plans of Mackay's going forward. They would be interested in knowing what they can expect from Mackay's for the town, and
yes, I certainly would. What can you tell us about your plans for the future? And certainly we would.
I would give a short description of how environment is changing, but it's not like being used that it has a very good history, Mackay. It has a history of 125 years.
I don't believe an incident like this has happened in those 125 years.
I have to look into statistics, but I don't believe that never an accident can happen. But one accident is always one accident too much. But it's the most respected printing companies in the UK, and it's known for its outstanding high quality printing. However, rumors are rumors, and it's always when new management arrives that people are uncertain. What are we going to do?
Why are your employees so angry with you?
Because we are working out our strategic plan, and they still don't have any securities about what we are going to do. We are
What they
working
want
out.
to know and what
Yes.
we want to know
I will give you the
is,
big
are their
lines.
jobs in danger?
We want to make McKay a long profitable company on the long term.
Are the jobs of your employees in danger? This is what we want
Our
to know.
purpose is not to
If
cut
your employee
jobs.
if your employee was operating a machine that he probably wasn't trained for, why is that? Do you not have enough staff to operate your machines? Are you laying off
No,
staff?
let's not discuss the accident anymore. But the purpose is not to cost jobs, but to make McKay sustainable in the long term. Our objective is to ensure that McKay will continue to exist and add value to this community
Thank
as
you
it
very
has
much.
done in the past 125
Thank you very much.
years.
Well, we hope that going forward you deal with these incidents as required, and we'll be back to hear more from you very soon. This is Cami Mather for BBC Kent. Good afternoon. Okay, feedback. It's never very good when the management don't want to disclose some details about what happened because they don't know how much we know, and they can end up looking like they're hiding things, and they didn't want to tell us what happened on the printing floor, which was a problem. They described an isolated incident and so on. Generally, it seemed like they were there to give the CEO seemed very keen on giving a presentation of what the new management team's strategy was for the company, which is fair enough, but that wasn't the topic of the interview. And again, can look like avoiding the tactic. There wasn't the same sensitivity that we've seen in other teams, or the same compassion. They seemed uncomfortable with the situation and wanting to get rid of it, and they didn't seem particularly in control of the situation. On the plus side, they were a unified team, and well, they did have apparently strategies for the future. But yeah, overall, they just weren't really up to scratch to answering the questions and being frank and sensitive enough.